Procrastination is a voluntary delay into doing something you intended to do. Meaning that you intended to do something. You intended to wash the dishes. You intended to write that email back to your boss. You intended to do something, and then you voluntarily delayed that action. So you chose not to do it. You said, oh, I'll just do it later. Oh, I'll just do it later. And so you are voluntarily delaying your dreams. That's what you're doing. Okay, to overcome procrastination and achieve your goals, you have to take back that control of yourself and intentionally make the action towards actually achieving your goals. And so I have spent a lot of time procrastinating. Funny enough, delaying my goals, delaying my achievements, delaying my accomplishments. I've delayed it a lot because I just decided that I wasn't gonna do it today, or I wasn't gonna do it right now, or I chose to do it later, and then later came about, something else popped up, and then I wasn't able to accomplish it. I spent a lot of time delaying my dreams because of procrastination. And so the secret to overcoming all of this are 3 things that I'm going to share today in this video. So if you guys are new here, my name is Geraldine, and I make videos all about goal setting and procrastination and how to be productive towards achieving your goals. So if that's the type of videos you love to consume, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also click the notification bell so you do know when I do upload, and follow me on all my social media. I'm at Geraldine Silva. Also, please join my Facebook group called The Committed Collective over on Facebook, where I am trying my hardest to fill you guys in on all the secrets that is goal setting and just keeping you guys accountable. So it's called The Committed Collective because we're going to be committed to our goals. If you are committed to your goals, and if you are committed to accomplishing your dreams and stop delaying it, then this is the group for you. So I give you guys all the motivational pep talks, all the strategies. We do polls over there, and I'm so close to hitting my goal of having 50 members so that I could start going live on there weekly and just getting to know you guys a little bit more and hearing more of your little struggle, of your pain points, of your struggles, and things that you are currently working on that you need more help with that I could be an assistance of. I would be more than happy if you went to go join the group. Like I said, over on Facebook. It's called The Committed Collective. The link will be in the description below. And please join my emailing list on my website, where I will send you guys a free mind map, where, again, if you are just trying to figure out how to create an action plan for yourself and you're just struggling so hard with creating action or having organized thoughts because your mind is just running 24/7, then this goal setting mind map is for you, because I created it for those who needed extra help with creating an action plan, a plan of action. And I prompts on there that are going to help you just think further into your goals and into your action plans and what you're going to tackle for the rest of the remainder of this year and accomplish your goals and stop delaying it. Okay, so let's get on with this video. So like I said, don't forget to subscribe. So number 1 is you need to find the consequence. Okay, so if you are procrastinating on your goals, it's because there's no real reward. There's no real immediate reward with doing the action, and there's no real immediate consequence for not doing the action, right? So just because you delay posting content on Instagram, there's going to be no delay. There's going to be no real consequence of you not posting it. And then at the same time, there's going to be no immediate reward. You're not going to gain 1 million subscribers just because you post one time. It happens consistently over time as you upload consistently over time. So there's no immediate reward and there's no immediate consequence. So in your head, and this is what's happened to me, in your head you just think, what's the point of doing it? Like, there's nobody else holding me accountable. There's nobody else. There's no incentive as to me posting this. Like, I could just delay it for today and I'll just do it later. Like, nothing's really going to happen. But what you need to do when it comes to procrastinating is you need to find the consequence. You need to find the consequence of not doing the action. And how do you figure out the consequence to this? Well, you need to think of all the wrong things that could happen. This is where your anxiety actually can come out to play and actually help you in achieving your goals. You have to think of all the worst case scenarios, okay? So when we think about our dreams in the future, we want to think of all the positive things, right? Like, we're going to have a lot of money, we're going to have the house of our dreams, we're going to have the body of our dreams, we're going to have the car of our dreams. We think of all the positivities. When you think about, if I complete a task, if I complete this action plan, I will get all these positive things. But again, that only happens when you do things consistently again and again over time as time passes by. But what will happen if you don't consistently make that action, if you don't do the thing that you have to do so you can accomplish your goal? What would happen the opposite? Well, you can either continue to stay in debt, have to file for bankruptcy, have your car repoed because you're not spending the money, never having the body of your dreams, and just becoming more and more bigger because you continue to stay in the same unhealthy habits. You never amount to having the followers that you do have, and your enemies end up becoming the influencer that you've always wanted to become. Like, you have to think of all the negativity, all the negative stuff that's going to happen if you don't accomplish this goal, because that is the real consequence. You won't see it until time passes by and you see and you compare yourself to somebody else, and you see that person over time, they spent the entire year working on their body and getting slimmer. And then when you compare yourself, you're like, oh shit, like, for the last 6 months, I've just been eating crap while this person's been going out to the gym and they got slimmer and I never did. And I am now behind that person. Now I've wasted 6 months and now I'm behind. And there's no way to go forward other than starting today and working my way up, but this person's always going to be ahead of me. That is what you need to think about, is that time is going to pass by, and until you hit a mark where you see the realities of the consequence of your actions, that is when you're going to feel the repercussions of all the procrastination that you created for the past few months. So what we need to do is we need to close that gap of, oh, I haven't worked out in the last 6 months, I haven't uploaded content in this last 6 months, I haven't saved any money or haven't put any money towards my debt because I've been just spending it like nothing, and now I'm owing $10,000 at the end of the month. So we have to think about these things. What are the consequences that are going to happen if you don't accomplish this goal? And so this is where you have to find that for yourself, and you have to remind yourself, if you don't accomplish this and you let time pass by, you're gonna continue this cycle and you're going to get worse. Sounds horrible, but it's true, because how much time have you wasted not doing the action when you could have been doing it and living your life to the fullest and living your life of your dreams already? You could have done it if you just started 3 years ago, right? We don't want to end up that way again 3 years later and thinking the exact same thing, like, shoot, I should have just started that day when I watched that video that Geraldi uploaded about procrastination, I should have started that day, and now it's 3 years later and I still haven't done anything with my life. We don't want to end up there. So what is the next step to procrastination, right? Once you find the consequence, what's the next step? Well, you have to learn how to say no to yourself. I'm sorry, but you can't give in. You can't give in to your own tantrums. You are your own kid. Okay, think of yourself as a small little child, as your inner child, right? You want to be on your iPad, which is the phone, scrolling on Instagram, scrolling on TikTok, scrolling on whatever. You have to learn to tell your inner child, no, we can't do that right now. We have to go do work first. And then afterwards, we can reward ourselves with our phone, with a treat, with whatever it is that you want to reward yourself with. You have to learn how to say no. Stop giving in to yourself. We live in this world where self-care is such like a prominent thing, but there's no point of having self-care when you've done no work. Like, all you're doing is just rewarding yourself for doing nothing. That to me doesn't sound like self-care. Self-care is when you've worked your hardest, when you've had such a hard day, when you feel just emotionally exhausted because you've been giving everything and anything inside of you to make something work and it's not working. Then you can reward yourself with self-care. Then you can tell yourself, you know what, I've been busting my ass at the gym for the past 2 months, and today is just a hard day at work, and I really need this like chocolate chip cookie. Then you can indulge in your self-care. Then you can give all that, right? Like, and self-care and self-love, I see it as two different things. Like, self-love is like, yes, like pampering myself and making sure I'm looking presentable. That's self-love, like loving yourself enough to do the things that you think you deserve. Self-care, we mistake it for just indulgence, to indulge into anything and everything because we think because we woke up at 5 a.m. this morning, or we just simply woke up, that we should just be rewarded with the bare minimum, when in reality all you're doing is just causing yourself a harder time to actually get up and go do something to actually get up and go do something with your life, to actually get up and go accomplish your goals. It becomes so much more harder when you're used to just giving into yourself, that you forget, oh, I have to do hard work before I can just give myself whatever I want. Like, this is not how it works. And so I encourage you to start saying no to yourself. Start telling yourself, you know what, I'm not going to indulge into this cookie until I've worked out consistently for 3 weeks. And then by the 3rd week, if I lost some weight and I've been consistent, then I can give myself a chocolate chip cookie. That is how you give yourself self-care. That is how you indulge. Not indulging before and then expecting yourself to figure out a way to go after to take action afterwards. Like, you don't eat a cookie and then you don't tell yourself like, oh yeah, I'm gonna scroll onto like Instagram for an hour and then I'm gonna go to the gym. Once you scroll for an hour, it gets so much more harder to get out of that, to pull yourself out of it, unless you have the self-discipline. But if you're starting from the beginning and you're a procrastinator, you have no self-discipline. You can't pull yourself out from what is basically psychology pulling you in. Your phone is designed to pull you in and keep you on their app, keep you on their ad, keep you on their video as long as freaking possible. It's designed to do that, and to pull away from it is so hard when you don't have the discipline and the willpower to be like, okay, enough is enough. I need to go work out. I need to go save money. I need to go do whatever. It's so hard to pull yourself out of it. And I wouldn't say I'm the most self-disciplined person, but I would say that I used to be very indulgent. And so I can speak from experience that giving in too much with yourself is so difficult. That's why they always say like 80%, I don't even know what it's called, like 80% discipline, 20% indulgent. Where you're doing 80% like healthy, good habits and positive building blocks, and then 20% of, you know, chocolate chip cookies and watching reality TV and just being lazy. There's 20% of that, 80% of this. You gotta have some sort of balance, but a lot of it just has to do with you being self-disciplined with yourself and the willpower. So the last thing for this video, to get yourself together and stop procrastinating, the secret to stopping yourself from procrastinating is to, when you control your emotions, you can control your behavior. Once you have control of your emotions of, I just don't feel like it, I just can't get in the headspace, I can't, and I don't feel like it, I don't feel like it. Once you take control of that, of I just don't feel like it, I just can't get myself through. Once you get over that, then you can jump into, oh, I'm just gonna get it over with, I'm just gonna do it, I'm just gonna see what happens. You control that feeling of, I just want to lay down, I just want to do nothing, I don't feel like it, I don't want to do it. Once you control that emotion and you have control over your action instead of like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it anyways. I'm just gonna pull through, and I'm just gonna put my head first in, and I'm just gonna get it over with. Once you start practicing just putting your head in the water first, when you'll start seeing more and more of your willpower, more and more of your discipline, more and more of you being committed towards your goals. Because it's so hard, you guys. Like right now, I feel myself like forcing myself to get the words out. I don't know what it is about my brain today. It's just not functioning, but I'm trying my hardest to get this video done, and I'm still pulling through. I'm still like scraping every last bit of myself to finish this video, but I know once it's done, and I could get this video uploaded and I'll feel accomplished. But there's so much in me that just wants to just relax. I feel so tired from the weekend, and I just like, oh, I still have a couple more hours of work to do. However, I still want this video done because I told myself I was going to film today. I told myself I was going to film. I told myself that I was going to get this accomplished. And so that is exactly what I am intended to do. That's exactly what I'm going to do. No matter how I feel, I'm still going to get this out. So that is what you have to do with your goals. No matter how you feel, you're still going to get this out. And so once you control your emotions, you can control your actions, and you can control your behavior, and you can make the action based upon the goal that you're trying to achieve. So if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Also click the notification bell so you do know when I upload, and follow me on all my social media. I'm at Silva. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye. Mwah.